Good morning, everybody. The first time I'm being part of a book launch, and I should make a confession. Actually, I'm not that much of a reader, actually, and some people from the outside, I think, seem to think that I read a lot, and somehow I seem to have that image, and I obviously have to break it today, and it's an embarrassing confession to make, but I have to say the truth, unfortunately. And actually, Ganga actually reached me, I think, for her her first book, I think, yeah, her first book, I think she reached me through Facebook and she sent it to me. I promised her that I'll read her at some point, but I somehow didn't find the time to do it. And I thought was a good opportunity to come and launch this book. And I had the chance of reading the first 5 chapters of this book, and I really loved it. And it was very simple. It was very simple and very. The 5 chapters I sort of read through it in like 10-15 minutes. It was sort of a very quick read, and it sort of wanted me to, I wanted to know what was going to happen next, and it was that kind of a book. And one other thing that I liked from what I read in the first 5 chapters was something that I generally like doing in films and seeing films do, is that interaction between the author and characters, and when characters interact with the audience. I sort of like doing that in my films, and like films that do it also. I'm a big Woody Allen fan, and he does that a lot. And it was very refreshing to see it in a book. With my very limited reading knowledge, I haven't seen that being done in a book before, and it was very innovative and interesting to see that done in a book. And I immediately loved the characters as well. From the first 5 chapters itself, I sort of started liking both the main leads. And as she said, I think this would be a very good a woman's perspective of love, and you don't get to see women characters longing for a guy and what goes on in their head when they're like, after a guy and all that. It's somehow very alien to us because we don't seem to see it in films, or sort of get to know about it. But obviously, it always happens. I'm sure all girls would confess to that. And I think girls would like it because of that, because it's a representation of what is going on in their head, and boys would like it because they would want to know what's going on in these girls' head, which is a very secretive and very tough thing to unravel and try to understand. So whatever sort of small inclination and small insights that boys seem to get from a girl about what goes on in their head is always appreciable and very actually it's very useful, I guess. So I think boys will like the book for that reason. And all the very best to Ganga and for her book. And this time I'll definitely read through this book, and I'll also catch up on your first 2 books as well. So let this be a sort of a beginning to my reading habit. At least I think I should start developing it. And kudos to the publishers as well, Story Mirror. And this is a platform like this is, I think, is very necessary. And I see a lot of closet writers who are very good, very talented, and they do the right blogs and they write stuff and keep it to themselves. They don't show it out. And I've seen a lot of those kind of people, and I usually, I tell them to write more and to put out their work. And I think people like Ganga should be inspiration to those kind of people who seem to not come out with their work and not take it to the next level and publish a book or write a short story or something or the other to put it out, and be confident enough to doing that. And I think Ganga should be a very good inspiration for those kind of people. And a publication like this, a publisher like this, for to be a platform for those kind of people who need to bring out their work, and for people out there to take notice and see their work is very important. I think this is a very good platform for that, and whatever support and encouragement that I would be able to give, I will always be able to lend out a hand. And more importantly, I think to see a family supporting something like this. I think we've sort of in the verge of breaking that stigma that a creative profession can't be like a main profession in your life. You sort of have to do something else. Maybe you can do this on the side. I think we've sort of started to break that stigma, and it's nice to see families, parents and husbands and wives encouraging people to get into that creative line of work, and to take notice that that is as good and or even better than a lot of other general professions that are the safe bet or the right thing to do in general. And so I hope more women are allowed to sleep at 2 o'clock and wake up at 10 o'clock, so that we get a little more a number of women novelists and directors and writers or whatever creative profession. So very happy to be part of this event, and I hope you keep writing and bring out more and more books, and more authors like this I hope start breaking out into the writing field, and we get a lot more content. I think any content, any a book or whatever creative work should reflect the times that it was written in. And I think 5 years down the line, if you pick up a book which was written 5 years back, it should stand for the times that it was written in. And I think from these 5 chapters I read, I think that this book sort of gives that sort of a feeling, and that's how writing should be. And all the very best to the book, and thank you for those compliments on my film. I'm hoping my film wasn't the reason that you broke up. It just explained. Okay. I'm glad that it only explained your breakup and not caused it. Okay. So thank you so much. Very happy to be in this gathering, and thank you so much for making me part of this. I'm very happy to launch this book. Thank you.